Hello, this is Kazuyoshi Hisano. Thank you for listening to this podcast program, Feed for Lab. It's 15 minutes to shape your future is the subtitle of this one. And the purpose of this podcast program is to provide the idea about how to look at the future and hopefully try to share my thoughts about how to design your future so that you will be able to live a happier life and also be able to help the people around you. And particularly these days, things are changing so fast and I can't stop speaking about what the impact of the AI will be for our life. But it's not just the AI, but because of the global climate change and all the things that are happening like a war or the political challenge or everything is coming together in these 5 years, including the COVID-19. But today's question is about that I've been asked and tried to answer is about the leadership of these days, this era. So to say it again, the question was what is going to be the leadership of this era? And of course, when we say this era particularly, it's talking about starting from now until going to the future, going for the future. So now and futures leadership. Well, what kind of how it will be is a question. And when I've been asked about the leadership, or when I try to talk about the leadership, it's so simple for me, so that I can't think about the second thing, and it's just about looking at the capability to look at the future. So what I say is that if you have a capability to look at the future, you are the leader. And of course, leadership does not exist alone just with a leader. So when we talk about the leadership, there need to be a follower or the member or employees or whatever. So some group and the leader are usually the occasion that leadership is required. And so it always has to be the interaction between one person or a leadership group is okay, but the leadership and the other side kind of players. So it just depends upon the character or the nature of the group, employees or the followers or those kind of people. And the leadership that the leader or the leader group needs to express will be deeply influenced by the nature and character of the follower group. And usually what is required to expected the leader to be or do is to achieve something. So achieving includes the maintaining. So if the life is okay, so maintaining current status is okay. So that is going to be the targets that they are going to achieve. And also if things require the improvement or kind of shift from current status, then that shift or changes the part of the included in the role of the leader to make it happen. So always the leaders need to set the goal and achieve something. So I already said that the setting goal is a huge part of the leader's role, but at the same time, how to make it happen is another side that the leader needs to be equipped or trained. So just think about this. This leader sets a goal, but he achieves nothing. I don't think this person will be called as a leader in the second term or whatever, that next year or whatever period time. So therefore, the leader would need to, of course, set the goal or kind of show the direction. That is an inevitable part of leadership. However, this needs to be this kind of a achievement needs to follow, so that this person or this group can be regarded as a leader in the future as well. That is essential to have something achieving. So therefore, what are going to be incorporated in the necessity or skill to achieve something are going to be the other components of the leadership, like planning or setting the KPIs or motivating people or tracking, kind of monitoring the people's activity, and also delivering results are, or the whole package. These kind of things are also the necessity for the leader or leadership. So I would say this again, there is a brilliant person who sets a direction, sets a goal, and maybe describe it beautifully. That's one part of the leadership. However, just imagine if this person does not deliver any result, I don't think this person will be regarded as a leader in the future, which means that always the result is the essential part. Okay, so now combine these things about the era and the future looking. I would like to say feed-forward leadership, but and we combine this and split this, and let's look at this. So what are human beings are good at, and what are AI will be good at? And of course, AI will be good at delivering the result part because they are very fast at nailing down the plan and setting the KPIs and also monitoring or motivating. I'm not quite sure about the motivating part, but still, they can give the pep talk and all those things that they can keep doing, encouraging people constantly rather than your boss. Because it's ideal that you will talk, if you're managing a sales team or if you are managing whatever team, sports team is okay, or a class, it's better that you keep talking to every individual every day, giving some short words, short conversation, encouraging them. But the human beings are not capable of doing everything to everybody because they are filled with a lot of things that they need to do. However, the AI will be able to supporting people, be attentive all the time, which means that motivating, maybe they're better. Then they go to tracking or monitoring what they're doing. Of course, that's a good part of that. They're very good part. They're very good at that part, and also kind of they're persistent. They don't easily give up. I don't think easily, but they keep doing pushing. So therefore, they will help us reach to the result. They don't park us somewhere. So, I mean, the parts that starting from planning to delivering the results is something that AI is very good at, which means that leadership does not include this in the future for that sake. So, what is left for us? What are going to be left for us? And this also kind of let us think that what are the future workplace or organization will be like. So this kind of AI agent can do all the things other than making the decision or setting the goal or maybe setting the target. Maybe, but they may do that. So what the human going to be doing will be very limited, just to set the goal or maybe to set the direction and finally make the decision or signing off to that direction. That's it. That's the leader's role. That's the real leader's style. And it comes back to the original point that I simply said that what comes to my mind is leader is a person who looks at the future. That's it. So it's going to be the same. People will look at the future and maybe they need to set the direction. So we have a question here. Is the world going to change like that? And the answer is yes. And how long will it take? I'm not quite sure, but I don't think it's going to take 20 years. And third one is the big one. And how should I live? So everybody should have this answer. So everybody's going to encounter this. in the coming future. So then it finally traces back to the point of the future leadership of this era. I think I would like to say that you will need to show the leadership to yourself. So you will need to make decisions for yourself, and that is the only person who can do that. You are the only person who can do that. That's it. So, because even a big organization, a smaller one, much easier to imagine, you don't need to have 50 people in an organization. Just one leader and maybe 3 or 4 or 5 people around then, and they'll be the leadership team, and all those things can be done. Of course, with some assistance of human being, but in many cases, a lot of AI or robots are going to do that, which means that the role of a human are going to be decision making. And the other people who left the job, or even if you are the top of the management, but still you are an individual, you and other people will need to make a decision on their own life. And you have an agent that you can use. So everybody will have a subordinate team that can help you. So this opens up an opportunity for everybody to start a business on their own. That's one thing. And the other thing is that, but in order to do that, you will need to learn one single thing that we only human beings are going to do is the decision making. But this is going to be, to certain extent, going to be tough. The reason is how you're going to make a decision, because you will need to have a collective knowledge, experience, and people to ask around. So that will help you make your decision-making skill better. So we need to build the process of training people. And actually, they're not doing their work that much because the AI are doing, but still they need to be trained. Like when I was young, like taking the minute of the kind of meeting was a very time-consuming, but a very learning kind of meaningful task. So it actually took 3-4 hours for me when I was not mature, but through that 3-4 hours, I was able to learn all about the meeting that has happened in the meeting. So that helped me develop my capability to run a project or organize things, or maybe sometimes communicate with people. So, but we are taken away of that minute-taking task, or all the things that will help us become a better person, or maybe a business person, or whatever person who are working. The AIs are taking away our chance to learn something. So therefore, we need something that we can develop on our own. So that maybe outside of work, we need a training program, and then we'll be able to finally be equipped with decision-making capability that will enable us to make a decision on our own life, and that traces back to the leadership of the new era. And again, the leadership is going to, basically it's going to be the capability to look at the future, number one, and also number two is decision making. Makes sense? But decision making needs experience, knowledge, and if you are not trained to do that, your decision will be very, very dangerous one. So we need to have another outside of the work to start place to train. And those kind of things will happen. But there are lots of things to talk about that. So today I'm going back to the leadership. It's about future and decision making. And this will be much, much more important than before. And only those people who are equipped with this skill will be the leader. That's my thought. Right, that's it for now, and thank you for listening. I'm trying to prepare the box, kind of a place that you can put your questions in. Currently, I only have that in Japanese, so I'm going to make it develop that in English so that I can receive your questions and I can answer that. Thank you very much for listening, and look forward to speaking with you again. Bye-bye.